The bubblegum eye roll. For when you're still waiting for a response, and your patience is running out like the flavor of your bubblegum. For when you want to give your parents some classic teenage attitude. For when you don't want to do something, so you'll pretend to think about it. For when you disagree with a friend's way of doing things, but don't have the energy to try to change their mind. For when it's really not that complicated. Sarcastic celebration. For when you're clearly overjoyed and thoroughly impressed. For when you're just attending this party for the food and booze. For when you have no idea how to celebrate your birthday, since you excessively eat and drink most weekends anyway. For when you achieve something that feels meaningless, like welcoming the new year or graduating from art school. The over it face. For when it's a long story. For when it's actually a very concise story, but the resulting conversation would take 3.5 hours. For when you're stuck somewhere you don't want to be, whether for an evening or for the past 4 years. For when you need a cigarette to help you express your disdain for reality. For when you're bonding with a fellow pessimist. For when the only consolation you have to offer is that it is what it is. Oh, and that people are stupid. Rubbing temples. For when your highest order of critical thinking and quick decision-making skills are needed to solve a disastrous problem, but you just smoked. For when you really wish that your friend didn't just force you to imagine their grandmother in a bikini. For when you're beginning to question your choice in friends. For when you can't get that song out of your head. For when you can't get the name of that song in your head. For when one more drink really did hurt. The waiting face. For when you want to give someone time to make a decision, but not without a subtle guilt trip first. For when you suddenly don't remember why you even bother with this person, place, or thing. For when you're stuck in line, traffic, or a one-sided conversation with an acquaintance. For when you're watching your friend make the same mistake over and over and over again. Or for when you're just plain bored.